I want to give you last example, and this is a very important lesson for many of us in ISRO. And this is a classical example on how things can go wrong at very odd time. So this particular example is from 2013 when we wanted to launch GSLV D5. This is a launch with indigenous cryogenic engine, and the idea of this launch is to demonstrate indigenous cryogenic engine capability of indigenous cryogenic engine, and it is sitting at the topmost area. You can see that black area on the left side of the vehicle, launch vehicle. This is the area that we are trying to prove the engine. Now it is having four what are called L40 stages, that liquid engines, and the second stage is also a liquid engine, and people are ready. And about 1 hour 51 minutes before launch, we had some smoke fumes coming out from the interface between the second stage and the first stage. That is called a vented interstage. So you can see here, it is having some grill type of structure, and from this we are seeing these white fumes. And this is only second occasion in the history of ISRO where there is some leakage on the launch pad. Normally, you cannot afford to lose launch pad at any cost because it has to be used. No, that is a permanent asset. And this occasion, it is leaking. And from the color of the fumes, you can say that it is unsymmetrical dimethyl hydrogen. UH25 is the one that is leaking, because the other one is the nitrogen tetroxide, which has a different color. So now you cannot go ahead, because if you are you cannot launch a leaking propellant tank. So it was dismantled and it has been brought down, and this propellant is very carcinogenic. People have waited for 1 week for the levels to neutralize. And subsequently the stage was brought to Mahendragiri. Then we were involved in the full failure analysis of this propellant tank, and we could see bottom right hand picture. If you see, there is a pre-existing crack on the fracture surface of the propellant tank from the aft end ring. So we have cut the specimens from the location of failure, and when we saw, there was a pre-existing crack, and this particular propellant tank has been proof pressure tested. That means a true pressure testing is valid as long as you protect the hardware without any further deterioration. Unfortunately, it was protected without proper protection. It was there, and this particular pre-existing crack grew at very odd time during the pre-pressurization before launch. So what we did, we brought the tank, and this is the configuration, and you can see the location of crack. And this is the propellant tank that has been brought, D5 propellant tank, and the location of the leak is indicated in red. And now we saw a 300 millimeter long crack on the aft end ring of the forging, and this is the location from where liters and liters of propellant was leaking. As you can see that white smoke in the first photograph. Then what we did, we tried to evaluate, open the crack, and after cutting it, because the propellant tank is several meters long and it has to be sectioned, and we have to arrive it, and we have to carefully open it. So we have put the drill holes and opened without any touching it, and we have successfully opened in this UTM. And this is the area from where it has shown pre-existing thing. And we saw multiple on the fracture surface. You can see secondary cracks near to the fracture edge, multiple secondary cracks, and in the optical microstructure very near to the primary failure edge, you can see multiple cracks running along the main crack. And of course, we are seeing anionic dissolution of the precipitates, and which is indicating that it is having stress corrosion cracking problem. We saw the microstructure, and we see extensive dendritic coring in the material, because this is a very large size ring. Enough forging, enough reduction could not be given from the cast ingot stage. So you have these flowery patterns in axial, tangential, and radial directions. These kind of segregation patterns are not desirable in the material, and this being an AFNAR 7020, that is aluminum zinc magnesium containing Li, it is prone for stress corrosion cracking. But we have been using this material, and unfortunately it has leaked on the launch pad. Subsequently, this material has been removed from our list of materials that are using. We have changed it to aluminum copper Li AA2219 subsequently, and we did extensive analysis on this particular hardware. There is a difference in the chemical composition across these flowery patterns. As you can see that the segregation of chromium is there, and of course these are the optical microstructures running, the cracks running parallel. And we attributed the failure to this stress corrosion cracking based on the fractographic observations and the microstructural observations and the features that are seen on the failed component. Now, this stress corrosion cracking it comes without any warning signs. So that is most dangerous, and it is brittle failure of a ductile material caused by simultaneous action of tensile stress and specific corrosion environment. When you look at stress corrosion cracking literature, you can say that you can note that tensile stress and specific corrodent are most important. Like always, you should have a tensile stress component. And for example, aluminum alloys chloride environment, stainless steels chloride environment, so brasses ammonia environment. So there are list of combinations of materials where these the material and the medium are not compatible. So this is how the particular the launch D5 launch has been aborted, and subsequently we used a 2219 aluminum alloy 2219 propellant tank and flew it successfully, the same launch vehicle, except for the other propellant tank. And of course, this is a know-how about stress corrosion cracking. Sometimes it can be so crucial that you can see this, it can go into press, and you can see questions over fuel leak in GSLV. These are the things that were discussed in August 2013. And things like failure analysis committee, stress corrosion cracking, all the aluminum alloy 221, and as you can read in this photograph, I mean in this news article, different aluminum alloy 2219 has been used. This a failure analysis going to Hindu level, you can see what kind of anxiety it creates in the minds. So this is what I just thought I'll share with all of you.